Hello guys, today we're doing a Spongebob Hunger Games simulator. Now, I've added some unusual characters, so get ready. So we got Spongebob, Mr. Krabs, Squidward, Chocolate Guy, Patrick, Fred, Hoopla Kid, Spongebob's grandma, Old Man Jenkins, Italian Spongebob, Pearl, let's just leave it. Oh, Nickel Boy, Drifter, Flats the Flounder, Gary, Karen, Mermaid Man, Mini Patrick's, Mrs. Puff, SpongeBob's mother, SpongeBob's father, Squidbob, Baby Crabs, SpongeBob and Roblox, the SpongeBob t-shirts, and Squilliam, Fancy Son. And now, this is where we start. These are all the characters. I don't want him to win! No, how do I get rid of that? It's too late. Whatever. And now, we start. Let's see what happens. SpongeBob runs into the cornucopia and tries to hide from the others. Mr. Crab grabs a sword. Squidward runs into the cornucopia and hides from the others. Okie dokie. See, Chocolate Guy finds a bow and some arrows. Patrick runs away with a sword and some rope. Fred finds a backpack full of camping equipment. I see Fred, you can do more than just how you like. Hooper Kid grabs a backpack, but it's not zipped and most of the supplies fall out. Loser. SpongeBob's grandma takes a handful of throwing knives from the ground and retreats. How much he sets Italian SpongeBob on fire on the flamethrower. Oh god. Well, he's already dead. Plankton and Paul and Plankton go for the same axe. Paul gives up and retreats. Why would you get... It's Plankton! Christ. Barnacle Boy takes a spear, leaning on the cornucopia. Drifter and Flats the Flounder share everything they gathered before running. Flying Dutchman grabs a sword. Gary scares... How? How did Gary scare Karen away from the cornucopia? Mermaid Man thinks about grabbing surprise, but decides to run for cover instead. The Mini Patricks take cover from the... take a couple explosives, from the cornucopia. Mrs. Puff scores a bomb maze from inside the cornucopia. SpongeBob's the one to take a handful, throwing knives from the ground and retreats. SpongeBob's dad grabs the supplies furthest away from the cornucopia, quickly escapes. Squidbob... I hate Squid. I hope this thing dies first. Second, because Italian SpongeBob's already dead. The supplies furthest away from the cornucopia and quickly escapes. Baby Crabs scores a bar mace from inside the cornucopia. SpongeBob is in for a shock moment. Is in a shock for a moment and then retreats away from the cornucopia. SpongeBob t-shirts grab the supplies furthest away from the cornucopia, quickly escapes, and Squilliam clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Okay, so here we go. SpongeBob sings a song while searching for food source. He finally finds some mulberries. The crab sets Squidward on fire for a painful death. Squidward, no! Chocolate Guy searches for food. Patrick sees Fred but decides to stay quiet and let him pass. Hooper Kid has a mild panic attack. SpongeBob's grandma receives water bottle from a sponsor. Old Man Jenkins dreams about home back in his district. Pearl, Plankton, Barnacle Boy, and Drifter hunt for other tributes. Flats the Flounder has a mild panic attack. Flying Dutchman picks non-poisonous fruits from a tree. Is that implying that there's gonna be some other very poisonous fruits? So let me close the window, it's cold in here. Okay. What else we got? Gary is pricked with thorns while picking berries. Sad. Karen, Mermaid Man, Mini Patricks, and Mrs. Puff raid SpongeBob's mom's camp while she's away. That's sad. SpongeBob's father receives a water spa. Squidbob runs away from Baby What? SpongeBob camouflages himself. Don't know why it says herself, because I accidentally put it's female. In a cave-type area, SpongeBob's t-shirts injures themselves, tripping over a log. Squilliam searches for water. Typical first few days. SpongeBob attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful given the lack of materials available. Mr. Krabs and Chocolate Guy decide to make a peace treaty throughout the night. Patrick cries himself to sleep. Fred and Hooper Kid decide to make a peace treaty to make it through the night. SpongeBob's grandma and old Jenkins tell stories about their districts and live lives to each other. They're both old, I can see how that would work. Paul involuntarily involuntarily passes out from sheer exhaustion. Player 4 approaches Barnacle Boy's campsite and asks to create an alliance. Drifter cooks some squirrels and enjoys eating more than he thought. That's the flounder approaches Frank Dunchman campsite and asks to create an alliance. Gary and Karen sleep in shifts, placing full trust in each other. Mermaid Man and Mini Patrick's run into Mrs. Puff, SpongeBob's mom, and SpongeBob's dad, who make a temporary peace. Squidbob stabs baby. Spiked. No, he's just a little baby. Why would you do that to him, Squidbob? That's why I want you to die. What the hell? Why? Why'd you do that? SpongeBob Books receives matches from an unknown sponsor. SpongeBob T-shirts set up camp for the night. Squilliam involuntarily. Yeah, there we go. Passes out from sheer exhaustion. Now, day 2. SpongeBob defeats Mr. Krabs in a fight, spares his life. Wow. Nicely done, SpongeBob. Chocolate Guy camouflages himself in a cave-type area. Patrick thinks about his family and starts crying. Wasn't there an episode where, like, he reunited with his sister, and then, like, Patrick... There was also another episode where Patrick, like, these, like, strangers walked into Patrick's house, pretending to be his parents or something. Man, Fred runs away from the Hooper kid. Hit him with a brick. SpongeBob's grandma receives a water spout from a sponsor. Bowman Jenkins climbs up to a tree to make a resting spot. Pearl chases Plankton. Barnacle Boy and Drifter split up to search for much-needed resources. That's the Flounder receives healing ointment. Flying Dutchman steals food and water from Gary. Oh, that's sad. Karen severely slices Mermaid Man with a sword. No, the one hero we all needed. Mini Patrick see Poison Frog but managed to escape. This is Puff and SpongeBob's mom created 4 out of 6 and leaves. SpongeBob overhears Squidbob and Squid Robux talking in a different distance. SpongeBob T-shirts receives healing ointment from a sponsor, and Squilliam constructs shelter with sticks and grass. Now, those who made it to night 2, congratulations. Okay, SpongeBob questions his sanity. Mr. Krabs sees a fire but stays in place. Trickle Guy and Patrick create a fort for the night. Fred receives medical supplies and nuts. Hooper Kid, SpongeBob's grandma, and Old Man Jenkins sing songs together, hoping for the best. Man. Paul questions her sanity. Plankton convinces Barnacle Boy to... Oh. Up. Drifter and Foster found the hold hands and cry together. Blind Dutchman cooks his some squirrels and enjoys eating them more than he thought. Gary receives clean water. Karen and Minnie Patrick tell stories about their districts and lives to each other. Mrs. Puff receives medical supplies and nuts. SpongeBob receives clean water. SpongeBob dad sees a fire but stays in place. Squidbob sees a fire but stays in place. SpongeBob Roblox falls asleep to the sound of people screaming. No! SpongeBob T-shirts accidentally walks over a landmine. Why? Squilliam is unable to start a fire and is extremely uncomfortable. Still can't believe SpongeBob T-shirts died. Look. No, we got Italian SpongeBob, Baby Krabs, Mermaid Man, Squidward, and SpongeBob T-shirts all dead. Why? Okay, on the day 3. SpongeBob dreams about home back at his district. Mr. Krabs, oh no! Mr. Krabs receives healthy food. Chocolate Guy sees Poison Frog but manages to escape. Patrick camouflages himself. Fred scares Hoopla Kid off. SpongeBob's grandma sees Poison Frog but escapes. How? Old Man Jenkins receives a picture of his family from a sponsor. Paul fishes for some in the water for some Oh no, actually, whales eat fish. Okay. Plankton searches for water. Barnacle Boy, Drifter, and Fats to find the hunt for other tributes. The Flying Dutchman runs away from Gary. Why? Karen searches for food. Mini Patrick's hide in the bush, terrified and scared. Aw, poor Mini Patrick's. Mrs. Puff hides in a bush, terrified and scared. SpongeBob mom chases SpongeBob's dad. No! Oh, wait, actually, that's a good thing. Squidbob accidentally walks over a landmine. Ha! SpongeBob camouflages himself in a cave type area, and Squilliam searches for food. My prayers have been answered. This disgusting creature has died. Thank you. Thank you thanks. SpongeBob receives medical supplies and nuts. Mr. Krabs falls asleep, shivering from a fever. Chocolate Guy begs for Patrick to kill him. He refuses, keeping Chocolate Guy alive. Fred huddles up next to the fire, cooks the meat he hunted for earlier in the day. Super Kid unknowingly eats poisonous berries. No. No, Hoopla Kid. SpongeBob's grandma tries to treat her affection with water and grass. Oma and Jenkins convinces Pearl to stand guard for the night while he sleeps. Michael lets Barnacle Boy into his campsite. Drifter leaves Flats the Flounder, Flying Dutchman, and Gary because he does not like their plan to kill more people. Karen climbs the tree to get some rest. The mini Patricks huddle up next to a fire and cooks the meat they hunted earlier in the day. Sorry, I'm having trouble right now. Mrs. Puff and SpongeBob's mom hold hands and cry together. SpongeBob's dad receives a hatchet and water from an unknown sponsor. SpongeBob, Roblox, and Squilliam fall asleep holding hands. Oh, sorry about that. Yo, okay. No one died that time other than the Hoopa Kid. We're doing pretty good. There haven't been many deaths. SpongeBob receives a picture of his family from a sponsor. SpongeBob's with his family. He can easily visit his mother and his father and his grandma are all in the competition. In the Hunger Games. Mr. Krabs receives a bow and arrow. Chocolate Guy asks Patrick to have mercy on him. I wonder what Patrick's planning. But he's just okay. The way he specifically asked Patrick just makes me feel like he's Patrick is up to something, and Fred knows about it. You know, Patrick's powerful. He could beat Thanos. In fact, he has. Cartoon beatbox battles. But you know, it's just sad. You know, just don't know what I'm saying anymore. But like, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just move on. Fred, SpongeBob, Grandma, Old Man Jenkins, and Pearl hunt for retributes. Pumpkin sings a song while searching for food source. He finally finds some wild berries. Barnacle Boy receives a picture of his family. Drifter discovers water source. Flats the Flounder questions his sanity. Flying Dutchman practices his knife throwing and archery. Gary receives a bow and arrow from a sponsor. Karen, Mini Patricks, and Mrs. Bucket. No! The Mini Patricks are dead. SpongeBob's mom, SpongeBob's dad, and SpongeBob Roblox killed them. I guess SpongeBob Roblox just to stick together with his almost family, you know. Squilliam searches for water. I can't believe that Mini Patricks died. I just can't believe it. SpongeBob attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Mr. Krabs shamelessly kills Chocolate Guy while he's resting. Patrick huddles up to a fire, cooks some meat. Fred licks SpongeBob. Grandma into his campsite. Old Man Jenkins, Plankton, Barnacle Boy, and Drifter aggressively track down and kill Flats the Flounder. I can't believe you would do that. Like, it's the Flats the Flounder. Dude, it's the original Flats the Flounder. Rest in peace, Flats the Flounder. 20-something to 2021. 2022. I'm gonna kick your butt. Okay. Flying Dutchman cries himself to sleep. Gary stabs SpongeBob's mother with a spiky rat. SpongeBob's dad takes SpongeBob Roblox's food of poisonous berries, killing him, and Squilliam receives matches. Dude! I can't believe that! People are dying a lot now. SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, Patrick, Fred, and SpongeBob's grandma aggressively track down and kill Old Man Jenkins. Why'd you do that? I thought you two were friends. Paul searches for water and firewood. Plankton receives healthy food. Barnacle Boy tries to kill a squirrel. There's three explores the arena. Flying Dutchman cannot handle the stress and decides to. Oh God! I can't say that. But how does he die though? Like, he's already a ghost. Gary sets off a string of explosives, killing SpongeBob's dad. William has a mild panic attack. Okay, so these guys are dead. All of these guys right here are dead. The only ones remaining: Paul, Gary, Mr. Krabs, Drifter, Barnacle Boy, Plankton, Squilliam, SpongeBob's grandma, Fred, and Patrick. Who's gonna win? What did Mr. Krabs talk about the tributes, past and so alive? Patrick dies by falling off a tree in his sleep! Oh man. Fred begs for SpongeBob's grandma to kill him. She refuses, keeping Fred alive. Yeah, you know. Barnacle Boy lets Drifter in his campsite. Squilliam and Gary were the four. Wait, I thought Patrick died. What? Is he still alive? Man, we'll see. I'll see. SpongeBob discovers a water source. Mr. Krabs dies from lack of any substantial water or food. Patrick fishes in the water for some food. I guess it was a glitch then. Fred, SpongeBob's grandma, and Paul hunt for other tributes. Plankton, Barnacle Boy, and Drifter are attacked by a herd of vicious dogs. Gary camouflages himself in a cave-type arena, and Squilliam hides in a bush. So they got attacked, but they're not dead. Okay. SpongeBob convinces Patrick to snuggle with him for the night. It's weird until you realize that they're best friends, and it's like, oh, it's not that weird anymore. Fred receives matches. SpongeBob's grandma, Paul, and Plankton have deep conversation and discuss the challenged that will come the next morning. Barnacle Boy receives a hatchet and water from an unknown sponsor. Drifter chases Gary for over a mile before making the kill. I mean, I know he's not SpongeBob, but like, still pretty sad, you know? Killed your snail. Squilliam falls asleep, shivering from a fever. Fever. Did I say fever? Whatever. SpongeBob's grandma, Drifter, Barnacle Boy, Plankton, Paul, Squilliam, Fred, and Patrick are alive. Wait, when did SpongeBob die? When did SpongeBob die? Wait, what? When did SpongeBob die? When did he die? Wait, what? It doesn't say he's dead, but he's not right here either. Okay, whatever. Well, I'll find out. So he's not dead. SpongeBob sprains his ankle right running away from Patrick. Oof. Fred practices his knife throwing in archery. Nice chill, Fred. You'll be a natural in no time. SpongeBob's grandma receives healthy food from a sponsor. Pearl fishes in the water. Plankton stabs Barnacle Boy. Drifter dreams about a home. I guess that's why they call him Drifter. Get it? Squilliam rests in the ravine and finds comfort thinking of his/her father. Why would it be a... never mind. SpongeBob receives matches. Patrick questions his sanity. Fred looks at the night stars in the sky and wonders if it's real. SpongeBob's grandma tries to sing herself to sleep. Pearl tries to treat her infection with water and grass. Plankton questions her sanity, and Drifter throws a knife into Squilliam's chair. I mean, you did us all a favor. You did us a favor, Drifter. SpongeBob discovers the water source. Patrick defeats Fred in the fight, saves his life. No! Drifter died! Also, SpongeBob stole from Pearl. Plankton killed him. Overwhelmed with anger, what did Drifter do? What did he do? SpongeBob stabs Patrick! No! I can't believe you do that. Fred is repeatedly awoken by nightmares. SpongeBob's grandma receives medical supplies and nuts. Pearl receives an iPad. Plankton receives clean water. Okay, there aren't many people left right now. SpongeBob receives medical supplies. Fred dies from an infection. SpongeBob's grandma sees smoke rising in the distance and wonders who's responsible. Pearl sees Plankton but decides to be quiet and let it pass. SpongeBob chases his grandma for a mop to kill. Goldbush just planking off a cliff during an argument. Now there are only two people left. Who is going to win? SpongeBob tends to pot. Why? It's the final two. Well, I guess the winner is SpongeBob. Who got lost? Let's see. Oh, okay. Rest in peace to the mini Patricks, SpongeBob Roblox, Mr. Krabs' dad, Gary, Drifter, Patrick, Plankton, and yeah, that's it. SpongeBob is the winner. Congratulations. And that's it for today. I wanted to experiment. Tell me if you want to see more of these, and I'll make more of these. Okay. Goodbye.